Everyone, I'm Melissa Frisby, psychic medium, and I'm here to do October's Oracle forecast reading. I'm going to use the energy of the Oracle cards, these cards. I'll show you the box by Sandra Anne Taylor. And for those of you who are returning, you know that I read my cards intuitively, so the description of my reading will be different from what you would find in the guidebook for these cards. So I connect to my intuition using all of my senses. So sometimes I'm seeing images in my mind that have a connection. Sometimes it's the card that gives me a message. So it's always different. So I'm knocking on the cards and it releases energy from past readings. And I'm going to shuffle and I'll let spirit guide me when to stop. So I'm going to pull 3 cards this month. And the first card is going to be a message from your spirit guides. Okay, so the first card that comes up is Caring Connections. So I'm sensing that this is related to a relationship in your life, and it makes me feel like the past month that we just had, September, may have been a month of shortness in your relationship. So if you've been having little tiffs or arguments, it feels like October is a great month to find new closeness in your relationship. I see change coming up in a positive way. And then I'm also seeing an image of parent relationships. So if you've had a hard time with the connection with your mother or your father, know that there's change coming. So it really feels like if there's been distance or if there's been silence, that this will help things move along in a positive way. So the energy is shifting in your relationships this month, and your guides want you to know to have patience and that to be easy on yourself. There's also a lot about forgiveness coming up, but I'm sensing that this is more so forgiveness in yourself and your past actions. So if you have been reflecting on your past a lot lately, or the way that you used to act in your relationships, whether this be your friendships or your love connections, your guides are telling you that it's okay to forgive yourself for your past actions and that this is the only way to move forward. So you can start with a clean slate and a sense of purity and innocence. And I find that people who are on a spiritual path and dedicated to self-growth, they're really hard on themselves. So you might end up getting stuck in that same point of view or feeling like I made this mistake or I did this wrong in the past and that's who I am. So know that this doesn't define who you are and that you have a right to move forward and grow and heal in your relationships. So if you've had distance in any of your relationships, whether that be your love relationships or family or friends, know that positive change is coming this October. So the next card is going to be a message from your loved ones on the other side. And this card is 6th Chakra, Archangel Metatron. So the 6th chakra is your third eye chakra. So for those who don't know what chakras are, they're simply energy centers in your body. So the third eye chakra really pertains to your psychic sight or your inner vision. So some people don't think that they have this, or they don't think that they're intuitive at all, but know that everyone is intuitive and everyone has the right, it's your birthright to be intuitive and connect to spirit on the other side. So your loved ones are wanting you to know that you can speak to them, that you can connect to them, but there's particularly talking about doing this through your third eye center. So even practicing visualization will help this. So if I ask you right now to picture an image of a dog in your mind, this is what clairvoyance would look like, or this is what you're using your third eye chakra would look like. So sometimes it's really subtle, but your loved ones are trying to send you messages through imagery. So if you notice you're doing something like cooking dinner and you see an image pop up in your mind, the same way that you would have just seen the dog pop up in your mind, this may be an image that your loved one is trying to send you. I see an image of a parent on the other side. So if you have lost someone more recently, and I'm also hearing grandmother. So if you have lost someone more recently in your life, I feel like this is a special message for you, that if you feel like you haven't gotten any signs from this person, it's not that they're not there. You're just not noticing them or not accepting them as signs. So it might be in a simple way like that, like you getting an image in your mind and not really having any connection to it or meaning to it. Know that some of these images can be symbolic. So if you did see an image of a dog, we'll use that as an example, maybe go look up the spiritual meaning of a dog. So it might have more relation to you. And okay, so know that your loved ones in spirit, they really love you and they're wanting to support you. They're talking about more stability coming up in your life for this month. So this can be like financial security, or if your life has been really chaotic, more stability is coming your way. So the last card is a message from your higher self. So guidance from your higher self. And the card is third chakra, Archangel Chamuel. So it is reversed, it's upside down. When cards are reversed, they have a little bit of a different meaning. So it's interesting that two chakra cards came up because there's only 7 of them in this entire deck. So it's talking about energy centers in your body, things that you're holding on to, and your higher self wants you to pay attention to your third energy center, which is your solar plexus center. And it feels like this is a little bit out of balance, but it needs attention. So this can be connected to physical symptoms as well. So if you're suffering with anything to do with your digestive tract, this can also have to do with your bowels, your stomach. So if you have any like food allergies coming up, where it's really feeling like it's flaring up this month, this is just something to pay attention to. So your third chakra is all about your power center. So it is the energy center of your body. I like to think that it has to do with your willpower and your drive and like your achievements in life. So if you're feeling like you're in a place of like you're unsure of your direction with your career, this can be a sign for you to have more faith in yourself. I'm seeing something about your thoughts knocking you down. So if you're wanting to move forward but you're afraid, or if you're wanting to follow a passion but you're afraid and your thinking is really limiting you, make sure you pay attention to this and try to change your thinking, because it can be a really huge thing. We can stop ourselves out of fear of moving forward just because our thoughts are telling us we're not good enough. So if you have negative limiting thinking, it's something that's quite simple to change and that you'll get huge results from. So this is just a message that if you're experiencing things on a physical level, you may be able to change it with small adjustments like building yourself up in your mind, sending yourself more self-love, and trusting in the universe. So your higher self wants you to know to take more care of your body. So I'm hearing something about tuning into your body more. So if you're the type of person who will eat something that's really not good for you and you get a really bad stomach ache from it, but you kind of pass it off, or you don't pay attention to it, or you are just so used to feeling disconnected from your body in that way, it's really important for you to start tuning in and asking yourself, like, is this food good for me? For me, this food is popcorn. I love popcorn. And popcorn isn't unhealthy, but for me it is. I feel sick every time I eat it. It hurts my stomach, but I eat it anyways over and over again. So if there's something like this going on in your life, if you have a slight allergy to something, then your higher self is asking yourself to pay more attention to what you're putting in your body and how it's affecting you. But this was our reading for this month. If you guys have any questions or comments, please let me know. Let me know how it resonated to you. And if you'd like any more information on my services, you can head to my website, melissafrisbypsychicmedium.com. Thanks everyone for joining me. Bye.